Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. So before we get an attempt, there's contact up front. Will it make this field goal easier or harder? All right, so with the penalty, a chance to go for 2 from the 1, or they could elect to try a shorter kick. That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? He sent it through. Set up for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
On the click, right?
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. 118. What's that?
Another one for Gibbs. Get some space around midfield. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
So 1st down from the 41.
Oh, right. 118.
Again, it's Gibbs. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Stroud. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Now to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. He's got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
All right. 118. What's that?
Enough to Gibbs from the gun. He only gets a couple yards there. Well short. It's 4th down. Dose of the hurry up here.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Stroud gonna go on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Look at that. No worry at all from their sideline, Brock. A 13-yard pickup on 4th down. That was impressive. We start with a string of incompletions, Brock. You've told me this before. Getting that first one to connect feels really good.
Yeah, it just kind of settles you down and everybody else around you. Not too different than seeing the ball go through the net or make a nice birdie putt. Yeah, you just want to gain some confidence.
19 Texas.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Oh, right. 18. No.
Up the gut they go with Gibbs. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12.
11.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Chased out to his right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Third down run by Gibbs. And they only get a couple when they needed a good bit more, Brock. That's going to make it 4th down.
Well, Kate, that's a white flag waving if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure I saw any avenue with that run play that was going to result in a 1st down. It felt more like the coordinator saying, well, you earned that call by the mishaps on 1st and 2nd down.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
This is our last play of the quarter. 1st down, here's Lamar. Here's a screen for Tootin. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. That's the end of one here. 7-0 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. Moving quickly, trying to get set. On 3rd down, here's Tootin. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. From the gun, Jackson. Completed to his running back. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Extra man in the secondary for the Bucs on 3rd down. They send a man in motion. Jackson now on 3rd. Lofts it deep right side. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Jarvarius Ward picks it up. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that. You have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
They'll toss it to Gibbs. And he stops quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
At the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
I know we all love the big home run plays, the highlight reel plays, but as an offense, these are just the stay-on-schedule kind of plays. I love the commitment to this run game. Keep working that body, keep working that body, keep working that body, and eventually you can take the will away from your opponent.
That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
18.
On first down, it's Gibbs. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud off of play action. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Off the play action, here's Stroud. Buying some time right. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Stroud completes it quick. Good reaction to the RPO. They're going to get to him behind the line.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
On the quick, right? Tony. 11.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Oh, right. Swap. Another swap. Whoa.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
In real estate, Kate, it's location. In football, it's rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it.
Ow, what's that? 18. What's that? Hey, uno. Buggy.
Stroud gonna go for it. Brought in by Juju. And unsurprisingly, Brock, he's not gonna get the first here. So failing to see the thinking behind that one as they turn it over on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Now here he goes down the right sideline. He's He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Complete left side to Thomas. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Change it. Hey. 13.
Here's Lamar. Pass it down close. He has the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers grow their lead just before halftime. Brock Bowers the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
Drive begins with Gibbs. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
All right.
Shotgun now, first round. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Complete to Jahmyr Gibbs. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Here we go. Hey, 18. What's up?
First down throw by Stroud. He put everything he's got behind it. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get their first points of this game just before halftime.
There are a couple different ways now to win on the fly route. You can just run right by somebody, or you can use that big body, try to win a one-on-one matchup. Whatever way you go about it, this is the type of upside this route can provide.
One after is good by Boy Gallis. And the Buccaneers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14. Buccaneers 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive.
Real quick, ready?
They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. First down throw for Jackson. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half.
Here we go. Back. 18. What's up?
Stroud to throw on first down. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, south. Pound, what's up? 18. What's up? 12. Hey.
He'll throw it. Taking a shot deep here. Brought in inside the 20. And he has this down to the 14-yard line. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Oh, ready? Swap. Mother swap. Look to hot.
One final shot before the half. From the pocket, looking for a target. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Kadarius Toney now to return it. Making some progress here. And some excellent field position awaiting them. That return up close to the 40 before he went out.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Good hit on the grounds here. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup as it's 2nd down.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Wanna quit?
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Lamar now from the gun. He puts some air under it deep down the left. He He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
And the 49ers. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Tootin gets in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers grow the lead coming out of halftime.
Touchdown, 49ers.
And he is all smiles down there. He's got his second rushing score of this game, and they've got an even bigger lead in this second half.
Well, we know it because we call these games week to week, Kate. Almost every single one of them seems to be a one-possession nail-biter. To build this kind of cushion and to do it with the strength of his legs, yeah, they're worthy of those smiles down there.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
Extra point set right down the middle. And the 49ers stretch their lead to 21.
Buccaneers 7. Fairbairn set to kick off.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. First and 10.
Right. Tony.
It gets to Gibbs on the option. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Bucs have the first.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Oh, ready? 18. What's that?
Gibbs now from the gun. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side.
He's across midfield.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Seven yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3.
Ow, what's that? 18. What's that?
Straight ahead with Gibbs. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Here we go. Hey.
Stroud now on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point of this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th.
18.
Stroud's going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Short pass brought in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and that gives the 49ers the first.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Pulled in, again it's Bowers. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that means it'll be 1st down, San Francisco.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Escapes, now hit, and Jackson loses the ball. The Buccaneers pick it up. So they steal away possession and add some extra yards for their offense after that fumble return.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
118. What's that?
They go play action with Stroud. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
118.
A give to Gibbs. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack, exactly what he just did.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11.
118. What's that?
Continuous. He's tackled after a small gain. 1 yard on the run. It's going to be 4th and 10.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this.
118. What's that?
They're going to go for this. It's Stroud. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Catch made left side by Palmer. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bucs 43-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down now, ball at the 33. From the gun, Jackson. Completed to his running back. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
180.
Tootin gets it from the gun, and he'll get them enough for a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, San Francisco.
The career's more at stake when you win your crown. That paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been flying out of
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
180. 180. It's up. Hey. Hey, report. Cut.
Play fake, Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
That's up number 49er. First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's 2nd and goal.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
So after the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and goal.
Alpha, sit up. 180. Sit up.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
4 yards.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Following the sack, going to need to find 11 yards here on 3rd and goal.
180. It's up. No, we changed it.
Third and long for him here. And he will score a touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers put up even more points in a win. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. So after the missed extra point, he's still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
A give left side for Gibbs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the 35-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
All right.
Running it with Gibbs. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Corey Gallis checks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now.
14.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Motioning left is Thomas. On 1st down, Jackson. He's trying to push the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. So it'll be 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Lamar. He slides down with enough to pick up that first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide in practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Looking to throw, Jackson. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. 49ers nearing their 2nd win of the campaign. So 1st down from the 41. Now Jackson off the play action. He rolls to his right. Gets him downfield. This is Thomas. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
All set now. 1st and 10. They're going to pass it here. He has the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they paid the price over and over and over again.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers continue piling onto this lead.
Buccaneers, 14.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go. 1-8, cut.
Here's a gift to Gibbs. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Tony.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Another one for Gibbs. There he goes, right sideline. He's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers putting up points in a game decided. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Tony now to return it. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Absolutely fires this one, right? He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers put up even more points in a win. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Ka'imi Fairbairn set to kick off.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for one, maybe 2 final plays here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Wow, what's that? 118.
They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play.
6-yard line.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
All right, one more snap to play here.
All right. 118. What's up?
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down. So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. Brock, I know you know this firsthand. All the way across the country. Feels like you're playing in the morning. You played in a lot of these. That is